Hi, good afternoon. Welcome to today's webinar, The Future of Making Things in Construction, highlighting the 2016 Autodesk new releases. This webinar is brought to you by Live Lab Learning, which is a wholly owned subsidiary of Academic Corp, which is owned by Applied Software Company. We created this to provide world-class training to folks all across the country and all across the world remotely with live instructors. This is Mark Bogaski, Vice President of Sales with Applied Software and the Construction Technology Group. And I'm delighted to be your moderator today. Throughout the presentation, we encourage you to interact with us by typing in questions and comments using the question pane. We'll be answering questions at the end of the presentation. This webinar is being recorded and will be available to you online on our YouTube channel. So please check us out there as well. We have a lot of interesting things there that might be of value to you. We hope they are. If you haven't already, search Live Lab Learning on Facebook, and like our page to receive the latest information and special offers. When you visit our website, livelablearning.com, there's a complete schedule of upcoming training. Also, I'd like you to please take note of our upcoming events. We're turning out to be fantastic events. If you're in the Orlando or South Florida area and on this call, please join us for BIM and Beer in Orlando next Thursday, the 25th. And on the July 23rd, we'll be having the same event down in South Florida. These have been great interactive fun events, and you'll see not just Autodesk technologies, but a lot of other really cool things like laser scanning, touch screens, drones, and just a lot of really, really cool technology. In addition, we've got an upcoming webinar specifically for the construction community called BIM for Small Projects, which will be on June 30th. So now I'd like to introduce the presenter for today. I'd like to introduce Rick Kramer. Rick lives in Florida. He's one of our senior AEC technical consultants. He's got 16 years of AEC experience. He's been a Reviteer for 8 years, and he also helped the University of Central Florida create their BIM execution plan recently. So join me in welcoming today's speaker, Rick Kramer.
Thank you, Mark. Today we'll be going over Building Design Suite 2016 and all the new features included in the Design Suite. Included in Design Suite are 3 different what I call flavors of the Building Design Suite 2016. Starting on the left-hand side, you have Building Design Suite Standard, then Premium, and Ultimate. Each one of these comes with different sets of software that you can see on the left-hand side. Please reach out to your salesperson and they can help you out with pricing in regards to the different packages. Now I'll show you a short little video presentation on what's new in Building Design Suite, after which I'll go through in detail showing each one of these features. So here it is. Enjoy.
The Autodesk Building Design Suite Ultimate Edition helps construction industry professionals increase predictability and maximize productivity by delivering the power of building information modeling through an advanced set of tools, extending beyond design and into construction in a single, economical, and convenient package. With the Autodesk Building Design Suite, you can break down the barriers between design and construction, using intelligent construction modeling tools to evaluate and enhance the constructability of designs and improve the project delivery process. With greater insight, project teams can collaborate, communicate, and share data more effectively throughout building design and construction. To help gain project stakeholder agreement and confidence, the Building Design Suite supports your needs for compelling visualizations based on the intelligent information inherent within the design models. With such powerful visualization tools, you can create realistic walkthroughs of your projects and more clearly articulate how work will be executed and market your project plans more effectively. Evaluate building performance with integrated analysis tools that help better inform your design and construction decisions. Rapidly generate material takeoffs to maintain more accurate cost estimates, or aggregate existing design data to visualize the whole project simulate scheduling, and identify interferences, gaining insight and predictability into project constructability as you do. The Building Design Suite Ultimate Edition includes tools for high-quality construction documentation, helping you to better coordinate with colleagues from different building disciplines. Throughout the building process, you can gain greater control over project outcomes through improved insight into project constructability, costs, and schedule. The Autodesk Building Design Suite Ultimate Edition provides construction-specific modeling and analysis tools to help you plan and coordinate the details of a project and the necessary actions for its assembly. The tangible benefits can include fewer requests for information and change orders, better coordinated schedules, well-orchestrated fieldwork, and lower costs. The Autodesk Building Design Suite supports a comprehensive workflow solution that will help you build and communicate more effectively.
All right, hope you all enjoyed that short little video. Next, I'll be going through all the different features, primarily new features found in Revit, 3ds Max, Navisworks, Robot Structural Analysis, and AutoCAD Architecture. Included in some of these slides are other small little demonstration videos that you'll see shortly. New features in Revit include a lot of new features such as Rotate Project North, Open Sheet View, and a new way to show selection boxes, among other things. It also has enhanced IFC links for rooms and existing geometry. If you're any structural engineers or mechanical electrical engineers also using Revit, there's also new improvements listed here. The top features in 3D Studio Max includes Max Creation Graph, XREF renovations, Camera Sequencer, A360 rendering support, and Physical Camera. I can't stress enough how A360 rendering support is an incredible new feature. For those of you on 3D Studio Max, you know in the past to create a high-res rendering, you either had to have an incredible computer or a render farm. With this ability of A360, you now have the chance to upload your rendering to the cloud and allow the servers through Autodesk to crunch through your rendering. And you can really get through it much, much faster and continue to develop your 3D Studio Max project. New features in Navisworks include BIM coordination with AutoCAD 2016, hyperlinks, new red lines, and also a lot of third-party product integration. One of the biggest differences that you'll see with this new version of 2016 is really its integration in AutoCAD. Robot Structural Analysis, the new version of 2016 includes greater modeling and usability, simulation analysis, and multiple ways of doing code checking. In AutoCAD Architecture, those enhancements includes section enhancements, revision clouds. A big deal is the property visibility override, which allows you to on the fly change how things are shown in AutoCAD. So let's get to it. Starting off with Revit, some of the new features over here you'll notice are real-time navigation and support. For those users using Revit and navigating in the 3D world, you'll notice that sometimes Revit gets hung up a lot of times when navigating through large complex models. In this short video, you'll see how Revit has the ability to basically load faster and show the graphics much easier in the navigation during redraw. And here's a short little 2-minute video.
Navigation during redraw enables you to navigate the model smoothly and continuously, panning, zooming, and orbiting around the view without waiting for the software to finish drawing elements at each step. To improve performance when navigating a view, use this new option to interrupt the display of model elements as you move through the model. This option is enabled by default. Navigation during redraw improving your workflow.
I have to tell you, this is a really, really great improvement, especially for those users that do not have the workhorse power on their own computers. Next is Open Sheet View. You'll be able to find sheets based on any view. It's much easier to find dependent views on sheets without having to hunt through the sheets to find the dependent view. In this short video, you'll see how you can go through on a view, right-click on the view, and it opens up the sheet, so you know exactly where that view is placed. And here's a short little preview video.
To quickly open and identify the sheet on which a view is placed in the project browser, right-click the view name and click Open Sheet. The sheet the view is placed on will open. The Open Sheet option is disabled in the context menu when the view is not placed on a sheet or when the view is a schedule or a legend, because schedules and legends can be placed on multiple sheets. With Open Sheet View, you can improve productivity and efficiency with better control to manage documents.
Pretty neat, huh? Next is revision enhancements. If those of you who have revision clouds in your drawings find yourself frustrated in Revit, you'll see that this new ability gives you the opportunity to really have more creativity per se and freedom with your revision clouds, especially turning things on and off when it comes to issuing revisions. Next is selection boxes. For those of you familiar with creating a 3D view of Revit and then using the section box, this is done much, much simpler in Revit. Now all you have to do is just window around the floor plan view and it'll automatically create a view for you, as you'll see in this short video.
You can quickly isolate selected elements in an unobstructed 3D view to more efficiently document a model. We know it takes time to set the pan and zoom state. Now, when you save a model and exit Revit, the pan and zoom state for each view are remembered. When you launch Revit and open a view, the view opens to the same pan and zoom states. Section boxes, improving performance when working with complex models.
That's really a nice time saver, don't you think? Next is rendering enhancements. Basically, now included out of the box is the NVIDIA Mental Ray and Autodesk Ray Tracer. So you'll see once you do a rendering on your computer, the different engines that you have are the NVIDIA Mental Ray or the Ray Tracer, which gives you a higher resolution, more photorealistic image. Next is one of the greatest things that I think that has come across in Revit is the ability to collaborate with other team members using A360 collaboration for Revit. For those of you who are not familiar with this new feature, it gives you the ability, instead of saving your central file locally on your own server, to save it on the cloud. Every team member that you grant access to can work in a live model from the cloud, and updates happen immediately. Next, we'll talk about what's new in Autodesk 3ds Max 2016. Keep in mind, folks, even though I can't hear you, please feel free to type any questions in the comment box, and at the end of the presentation, I'll be more than happy to try to answer them. Here in 3D Studio Max 2016, 3ds Max and 3ds Max Design are combined now into one format, just called 3ds Max. New features give you the ability to, right from the beginning, start off in different preset modes, in Classic on the left or in Design. Basically, this is the difference between 3D Studio Max on the left and 3ds Max Design on the right. So right from the beginning you can have that kind of ability to customize your 3ds Max. The top features of 3D Studio Max includes Max Creation Graph. You'll notice on the right hand side the ability to easily define different types of materials through a graphical interface. Also improved our XREF renovations, which helps speed up your render times for taking smaller pieces parts and XREFing them into 3D Studio Max. We also have a new enhanced shader FX and also open subdivision support. As you can see in the little preview window over here, the adaptive mesh subdivision of this element on his shoulder is subdivided so that you could zoom in and take the ability to manipulate each one of these other smaller subdivisions much more easier than before. One of the biggest features now is included is A360 cloud rendering. Again, you can push your renderings out to the cloud, walk away, and continue to work on your project, or even turn off your computer altogether and have the cloud render your model. An email will be sent to your email letting you know that the model has been completely rendered, and you can download it. You can also share it, also create panoramics and other views quite easily from A360. Next is the ability, really neat, to create real physical cameras. So for those of you who have experience with DSLRs, this will become second nature to you. Next is Navisworks Manage and Navisworks Simulate. The new features include, one of the biggest things is file readers and exporters into many, many different formats. Included now in Navisworks is the ability to export to different formats without having to create or install other plugins. You'll notice on the right-hand side, this little preview is File Save As, and I can save as in different formats, all built in. All these readers are now integrated into the Navisworks 2016 product. Included in this is Glue. BIM 360 Glue gives you the ability to take a model and then publish it out to the 360 website, out on the cloud, and glue different pieces, parts up to Navisworks. This is now easier in Navisworks 2016. Included in this is the ability to open up Navisworks files in AutoCAD. One of the wonderful things about this is you can open up your AutoCAD file, and you'll notice the purple ductwork is information actually brought in from a Navisworks file. The attached Navisworks file enables a user in AutoCAD to be able to look for conflicts within AutoCAD without having to have the need of Navisworks. Next is the ability to capture red lines and also keep them within your project. So you have a workflow where you can track these red line changes. Included are hyperlinks. You'll notice in the middle of the screen next to one of the partitions are 4 little squares. Those 4 little squares indicate hyperlinks that can easily go to a product website or anything that you want for documentation. Here's what's new in Robot Structural Analysis Professional 2016. One of the new improvements is the enhanced wind load simulation. You'll notice the building on the right-hand side has different wind load calculations where you can visually see the increase and profiles of winds as they come across the building. In addition to this, you have name changes for geometrically nonlinear analysis. What's also nice is the ability to take selection previews. Similar to Revit, you can window around an area within Robot Structural Analysis and preview just that part of the model. Next is the Enhanced Steel Design. This gives you the new ability to create new tubes and end plate connections with up to 3 different updates. Also included for those who are creating timber products or timber designs, this type of framing includes new codes for timber design based on NDS 2012. Next, you have the ability to do concrete code checking for your beams based on real bar positions and calculations. Now, let's go on with what's new in AutoCAD Architecture 2016. In here, some of the new features include section enhancements, the style browser enhancement, property visibility, status bar enhancements, and the UI finder. Again, built into AutoCAD 2016 features, again, I can't stress enough, is the ability to take Navisworks files. One smart feature here is the section enhancements that actually gives you the ability to calculate certain different things located within your AutoCAD model. Automatically, when you create these sections, it updates as you create that section line. In a similar fashion, for those using Revit, you'll know when you create your section box, it automatically updates from floor plan to the section view. Now you have the same features in AutoCAD Architecture 2016. Next, within AutoCAD Architecture 2016 are revision cloud enhancements. This gives you the ability to create different types of freehand or object, polygonal, or rectangular cloud views. Also, you have the ability to create different arc lengths. Next is the browser enhancements. This is basically more of a polished GUI, as you'll notice on the right-hand side. Your properties palettes now have a slicker, more refined view. Next is the ability to override visibility on any object on the fly. This gives you the ability to change things in property order on objects without having to go all the way through and changing their layer configurations. And that is it for our What's New in 2016. What I'd like to do is see if there's any questions.
Yeah, Rick, I don't see any questions that were asked during the presentation. So if anybody does have any questions, feel free to type it into the chat window, and we'll be happy to answer them. So there's nothing coming in, Rick. So it looks like you did a splendid job of covering anything. If you do have, if you do want information on any of these additional features or software technologies or anything, please reach out to your representative, and we would be absolutely happy to help you.
Thank you, Mark.
So with that, we want to thank you for the time, and have a fantastic rest of the afternoon, and we will hopefully see you on upcoming webinars. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Oh, we do have a question coming in, so there's still some folks on here. So
great.
Autodesk, okay, so this is probably more of a sales-related question, but Autodesk end of individual perpetual licenses. Yeah, so I'll try to cover this as succinctly and accurately as possible. There will not be an end to perpetual licenses. Nothing has been articulated that your current perpetual licenses will go away. However, there are some important things to understand. Number one, Autodesk is moving toward, at some point, potentially a all term-based license offering, but that's yet to be seen. They did come out this last year and announce that all of their products, I think all the products, are now available not only in perpetual, as a perpetual license, but also as a term-based license, which means you can license from 3 months all the way up to 3 years. Okay, so that provides a lot of flexibility for a lot of our customers that might have summer interns coming in, short-term project ramp-ups, construction projects coming, on and off, and just covering some of the gaps with a much less expensive option than going with a full perpetual license. But a couple of key milestones is that, number one, Autodesk has announced that the individual products, such as an AutoCAD, such as a Navisworks, such as a Revit license, will no longer be available as a perpetual license starting February 1st, 2016. So if you want to add perpetual licenses to your current portfolio of an individual product like an AutoCAD, Revit, Navis, now would be the time to do that. There are some promotions going on each quarter, and they're probably going to get a little bit less enticing as we get closer to the end of their fiscal year, which February 1 is the start of their new fiscal year. So, so that has been announced. After that point, you will still be able to get, an AutoCAD license or a Revit license, but it will have to be part of one of the suites: Building Design Suite, Infrastructure Design Suite, Product Design Suite, and what have you. The individual products will be available, though, via a term-based license. So if you wanted to license an AutoCAD or Revit or Navis at a term-based, you could do that on a 3-month term, 1-year term, 6 months, 7 months. I mean, really, you name the term you want to do it. So the individual products will only be available via term-based. So I hope that answers the question. And if there's a follow-up to that, please type in. The thing that's real important to know is that no one is going to come to you in the foreseeable future and take away your perpetual licenses. That being said, please make sure that you stay on subscription, because that is the thing that protects you from losing those licenses, as there's not a way to upgrade or get current on licenses after those licenses are off a subscription. So it's probably a little bit longer. Hopefully that that helped clarify things. Once again, if you have more questions on this, please reach out to your representative, and we will be happy, or you can reach out to me. My email address is mwagaskY@asti.com. I'd be happy to walk through it with you. But the cool thing about the term-based licenses is it really is providing some flexibility to allow clients to license different types of software for shorter periods of time, which has proven a lot of benefit to a lot of our customers in this short period of time. So I don't see any follow-ups to that, or, oh, there's a thank you. You're welcome. No problem. Please feel free to reach out. So if there are no other questions, I guess we'll wrap it. Thank you very much for your time. Have a great rest of the day, and I look forward to seeing you on future webinars with Applied Software. Take care.